Hello everyone, it's me Sidney here. Welcome to a new video. Today we are taking a closer look at the new batch of changes that just came out. These are very fresh, I haven't even been able to play with them. So let's take a look. First and probably one of the biggest changes for the game itself, we have the Great White Shark, which is getting 10 HP reduction. This was one of my biggest asks for a while. Shark, when compared to another defensive hero, like for example Cleopatra, just had way more health, basically. Because what these defensive heroes are doing is the power reduction, basically. Cleopatra gains 10 shield, and 10 shield is just 10 power that your opponent is losing out on. Shark is outputting 9 power every time they use the ability, but it's on a higher cooldown. But honestly, when you looked at the 30 health difference that they had at one point, Cleopatra had 60 and Shark had 90. You would need to get 3 perfect uses of Cleopatra's ability just before she started to match Shark's normal health output, but just existing. So this one makes a lot more sense now. Shark has 80 HP. It reduces power by 9, still the same thing. So it's basically just 3 extra shield that it's gaining every turn. If you look at it like 3 charges, so three turns to gain 9 extra health that your opponent's losing out on 9 extra power. So a really healthy change and a really good one. The following changes are also commons and rares. Avid is curbing out the power of the cards that were a bit too strong, a bit too would show up in basically every deck. So I'm happy with what's to come. So let's take a look. First change, we have Henry Morgan, which is just the change that already happened, but Avid is putting on dispatch notes, so we can take a look at it now. Henry Morgan was 0 cost if the effect triggered, now it's a 4 cost, which makes a lot more sense. At 0 cost, it was just way too powerful and would basically see play in every possible low energy league. I'm really happy with this change. I think that it makes a lot more sense now. The weaknesses are still there. If you draw this on turn 1, you have to pay the full price for it. But if you draw it with the attack, so if the effect, if you do not attack, you are getting a 4/8, which is really good. It's the same rate as a legendary that has a powerful effect like Hades. So Hades is a 3/6. This is a 4/8. For a rare, it's a really powerful one, and I'm really happy that they are curbing out the power for this. And I think that they are doing changes to energy manipulation right now, so this is good. Following it up, we have Gallimimus. Mimus? How I say it? Gallimimus is changing from a draw effect to a return effect. And that's basically it. It's still going to be a 4/5, but now you have to play it. This is a pretty massive change for it, and one that I'm a bit worried about how it's going to affect most decks. Because right now we are using a lot of cards that generate energy just to be able to uh, play 3 cards every turn, because 12 energy is a bit too low. Unless you're playing something like Solar System, which has a lot of 3 costs, or Felines, which has a lot of 3 costs as well. You're mostly going to be using something like this. For example, Outs account, Outs ACC, I don't know the name, how to say it, but he's a pretty well-known player. He uses a deck that is just full of energy reduction stuff. And he's a very aggressive deck as well. And that's probably one of the most powerful cards that you can run as of now. It's a simple card that fixes one of your turns. The problem now is that you need to give up one of your turns before you can fix the remaining ones. So it might still see play with something like Boudica, where you are passing a turn, gaining some energy, and then you're doing your things. So overall, this is probably going to be a healthy change for the game itself, but for now, we are going to be suffering a bit from this. And this is probably the biggest reason why we're going to be suffering. Grand Prismatic now is effectively a 1/1. You only gain 2 energy. It's still on draw, so it's not the same change as the card before it. The chicken. uh, it's on draw. It still gives the same amount of energy. Sorry, it gives just 1 less energy. It's still giving you energy on draw, so it's a pretty okay change. I'm still a bit worried because even though Grand Prismatic Spring was pretty common to see everywhere, it was only common to see because it's needed. A lot of decks need that energy fixing. I saw even some decks that were running the 3/3 Shark that gives energy to both players. So energy is a bit too tight right now. I hope that this isn't going to be too bad when we have leagues with different energy requirements. But as of now, Grand Prismatic is not going to be seeing that much play. Unless you are playing it and you're just holding it forever. Right now, cycling it might not be that worth it. Since it's like only 2 energy and you're still having to pay 1 energy to cycle the card. But let's see. I hope that these energy changes bring out a healthier meta. Let's see what can be done. Following that, we have Charles Babbage. Charles is dead. Charles Deadage. That's the name of the new card. Instead of stealing 1 charge from your opponent, it's now both players lose 1 charge. So while before it was a +2 charge gain, basically your opponent's losing 1 and you're gaining 1. Now it's a -2 charge loss. So I'm not really sure where this is going to be fitting. Maybe if you can perfectly match it with using your ability and your opponent hasn't used theirs yet. But I'm still not really sure if that's going to be worth it running. For now, I think the shelf might just be left to the side for a bit, because unless you're running this in something like T-Rex, which only wants to use the ability once and then be quiet, this is a net negative for you as well. It's like both players are losing out on energy. It's not a net negative per se, but it's like not really doing anything for you. But it's still on draw. It still has the same stat line. Let's see how it works now. I think that the T-Rex angle might be worth running it. Not really sure. Following it, we have John D. Probably one of the most well-known cards for the soft launch period. John D used to give you 10 whole attack. So if you were running John D before, you had a single turn where you got 14 attack just from these 2 cards. Crystal Ball is a 2 attack, John D is a 2 attack. Now it's only giving you 8 whole attack. So it's removing a lot of power. I'm not sure if John D still gets to see that much play now, because the whole reason why it was played was the huge attack bonus. It would fix every weak turn that you had for the rest of the game, basically. But right now at 4 attack, I'm not really sure it's worth it unless you already want to be running the Crystal Ball. So if it's a heal deck or a deck that runs Avicenna, which I'm going to talk about very soon. I'm not sure if John D still sees the amount of play that sees right now. Well, actually saw right now, because the card just got nerfed. It's already live. All of my decks are getting changed. These were in every deck. So it's good that they are getting hit, but still. Now, this one hurts. This one, oh god. I don't want to look at it. Why, Evan? Why? My boy? How they massacred my boy? Avicenna doesn't give you +1 power to your cards anymore. It's just -1 energy. The biggest deal about it was always the energy, because it fixes your turns for the rest of the game. But now it's not giving you any power as well. I'm sure that the card is... Sorry for my loud chair. I'm sure that the card is still useful and still makes sense to run in HP-based decks or healing decks, T-Rex decks. But I don't think it's going to be as common to see it anymore. Before, you'd run Avicenna even with just like 3 heal cards. Now I think that the amount of cards that you need to run is closer to something like 5 6, where Avicenna begins to be a free card. So it's free 4 power rather than free 10 power like it was before. But even without the attack increase, this is still very useful. So I'm glad that they kept the energy reduction, which is the biggest deal about the card for me. It's still going to see play, so don't worry if you invested all your stonks into Avicenna. But that's actually it. That's all that we had for the patch. It's going to be a big meta shakeup, primarily because of these two. The two energy duo, they are very common to see. They are very powerful, and they fix a lot of issues that we had before. But now that we have uh, these changes, we might be seeing decks that opt to run lower cost cards. Same thing with Henry Morgan, where you had a free card before, now you have a 4 cost card. So we might be seeing a meta where uh, energy is more tighter, and this is good because Boudica just came out and Boudica wants you to be passing your turn, so we are going to be seeing an interesting meta change. So overall, I'm happy with the changes. I understand why they happen. I'm still a bit mad that they touched my boy, Avicenna. Avicenna, you're still gonna be in my heart forever. But see you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about the changes down below in the comment section. It's Sidney out.